Hello, my beautiful people. I welcome you back to my channel once again. Another round of matches have ended. The first round of international matches have ended, and I am here to present to you, as usual, the performance of our players on international duty. Every single one of them, I can tell you that in this first round of international matches, Chelsea have registered 4 assists and 2 goals, and I am here to give you the breakdown of everything. Now also, some news coming from the camp of Chelsea indicate that Pedro Neto, who played yesterday, is returning to Cobham. He has been given permission to return to Cobham, and I think that is a boost for Chelsea going into the festive season fixtures. Please, those of you who are new, subscribe to the channel, stay around with me. Let us look at all these things together. Now, before we go there, I want us to look at some players, the players that have been called up to international duty for this November. Now, the first player on the list is Enzo Fernandez. He's from Argentina. He's been called up once again. Then Belgium has called up Romeo Lavia for the international games. Then for England, we know that we have 3 quartets over there. But then this time around, Cole Palmer and Levi Colwell have withdrawn for several reasons. I think that we are managing these players, and they also understand the situation, and so they are withdrawn to reduce the load on them. So this time around, it's only Noni Madueke who will be representing Chelsea on international duty at England. Then at France, we normally have 2 players in Christopher NKUKU and Wesley Fofana. But Wesley Fofana has also withdrawn for injury concerns. So Christopher NKUKU is the one who will be representing Chelsea over there. At Portugal, we have 3 players in Renato, Veiga, Pedro Neto, and João Felix. As I told you, Pedro Neto played yesterday. He scored a very good goal, and all 3 of them played for Portugal. Now, in Spain, we normally have 2 players, and they have been called up once again. Marc Cucurella, Robert Sanchez, they have been called up. Then at Ukraine, we have MYKHAILO MUDRYK representing us there. At Ecuador, we have 2 players there. One in Moses Caicedo, and another one who will be joining next season in KENDRY PAEZ. He has also been called up. Then when we come to Africa, we have one player from Africa actually, and he's from Senegal, and he is Nicolas Jackson. He's been called up once again. In Brazil, we have a player there, although he's on loan, he's doing well, and so I've been reporting on him, especially those of you who have been watching my report on loan players. I've been reporting on him every now and then. Estava Willian, he has been called up to the Brazilian national team once again. Then for Serbia, we have a player over there who is on loan at Strasbourg, in Georgi Petrovic. He's been called up. Then for our under-21s, we have Lucas Bengstrom. He's been called up to the Finland under-21 team. Then Italy, we have Cesare Casadei. Cesare Casadei did very well in their matches. I'll be giving you the breakdown. Then for the Spain under-19, we have McGee. He's been called up over there. I'll give you the breakdown of his performance. Then we also have loads of academy players who have been called up in various categories. England under-19s, we have Tariq George. We have Josh Achampong, Shumari Mrika. We have Ted Ked, Kano Dea, Harrison Murray. He has been called up. Then we have in the academy team also, we have Leo Cardoso. He's been called up to the under-19 Portugal team. Bashir Humphrey for the England under-21. Then Max Merrick for the England under-20. Then we have Genesis Entry, who's been called up to the Sweden under-19 team. In fact, when I heard the name Genesis Entry, I wanted to know exactly where this guy comes from. But I have realized that this guy has dual nationality of Sweden and England. And then also, this guy has a Ghanaian heritage. The name sounds very familiar. So I decided to check on him. So he has a Ghanaian heritage. I believe that one day Ghana will be going for this guy. Then we have Landon Menalo, who's also been called up to the England under 17 team. So those are some of the players that have been called up for international duty. I am now going to give you the breakdown of how they performed. Now, first on the list is Noni MUDRYK. He is being called up to the England team. England play against Greece, and England won that game by 3-0. MUDRYK performed very well in that game, and he provided an assist in that game. He played 66 minutes in that game, made 46 touches, and had a pass accuracy of 94%. Now, his rating in that game was 7.8. As I said earlier, he had an assist and made three key passes, actually. 3 key passes in that game. Ground duels, he attempted 7 and succeeded in 4. And then big chances created. He created 2 big chances in that game. Then, as I said earlier, Cole Palmer and Levi Colwell, they have withdrawn from the call-up. Then Romeo Lavia, he's been called up to the Belgium team, but actually he was not involved in their game against Italy. They lost that game by 1-0. So that is Romeo Lavia. For Portugal, as I said earlier, Pedro Neto is next on the list. They won their game. They trashed actually Poland by 5-1. And Pedro Neto started that game, played 84 minutes in that game, made 74 touches, and his pass accuracy was 96%. In fact, he attempted 56 passes and succeeded in 54. That is very good. His game rating was 8.6. A man of the match performance. He had a goal, he had 2 shots on target in that game, made 1 interception and 3 key passes in that game. Ground duels, he attempted 4 and succeeded in 3, and also created 1 very big chance in that game. So that is Pedro Neto. Then in that same Portugal team, Renato Viega also played a full 90 minutes in that game. He had 74 touches in that game, had pass accuracy of 89%. Now his game rating was 6.8, made 2 interceptions and 5 clearances in that game. That is very good. Then he also had 3 shots off target in that game. So that is Renato Viega. Then the next person in that Portugal team is João Felix. Now, João Felix was subbed in the 84th minute. And he played actually only 6 minutes of that game, had 8 touches in that game. His pass accuracy was 100%. He attempted 5 passes and succeeded in all, made 1 clearance in that game. Ground duels, he attempted 1 and succeeded in it. And his game rating was 6.6. I think he didn't have enough time to make any impact in that game. They won that game by 5-1. Then the next person on the list, we go to Spain, is Marc Cucurella. Marc Cucurella again played the full 90 minutes in that game. Spain won that game by 2-1 against Denmark. Now, Cucurella made 79 touches in that game. His pass accuracy was 88%. Clearances, he made 3. And then the ground duels, he attempted 7, succeeded in 3. Aerial duels, he attempted 2 and succeeded in 1. So that is Marc Cucurella on international duty. The next person on the list is Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez, I've been reporting to you whenever he's invited. I think he's the second choice goalkeeper. And so this time also, he was on the bench. He was an unused sub on the bench. So that is Robert Sanchez there. Then the next person on the list is MYKHAILO MUDRYK. They have just finished their game. They played against Georgia, and they drew that match by 1-1. MUDRYK played a full 90 minutes of that game, had 52 touches in that game. In fact, he attempted 25 passes and succeeded in 19. His game rating was 7.2, and he had 1 shot on target in that game. Ground duels, he attempted 16 and succeeded in 7. But I can tell you that MYKHAILO MUDRYK missed 1 very big chance in that game. He missed 1 big chance in that game. So that is MYKHAILO MUDRYK. Now, when you go to France, I have told you 2 players from there, Fofana and NKUKU. Fofana has withdrawn, and so he didn't take part. He didn't go at all. Then Christopher NKUKU, they drew their game against Israel by 0-0. NKUKU played, was subbed in the 71st minute. So he played 19 minutes of that game, had 23 touches in that game, 88% pass accuracy. Now he had one shot on target and also missed one big chance. In that game. So that is Christopher NKUKU. Then the next person on the list is Enzo Fernandez, who is with Argentina. They lost their game against Paraguay by 2-1. He played 77 minutes of that game and had 104 touches in that game. That is very good. His pass accuracy was 91% and his game rating was 7.8. Now he attempted 88 passes in that game and succeeded in 80. That is very good. He made one assist. In that game. All right. So the one goal that was scored by Argentina, he was the one who provided the assist for that. He made 4 tackles in that game, made 1 key pass. Ground duels, he attempted 10 and succeeded in 6. Aerial duels, that is where he's not good. He attempted 1 and didn't succeed in it. He created 1 big chance in that game. So that is Enzo Fernandez. Then when we go to Ecuador, Moises Caicedo, they won their game by 4-0 against Bolivia. Moises Caicedo was not involved in that game. But then KENDRY PAEZ, who is also a Chelsea player on loan, played that game actually. Now he was subbed in the 75th minute and played 15 minutes of that game. He had 27 touches in that game. Pass accuracy was 95%. He attempted 20 passes and succeeded in 19. That is very good. KENDRY PAEZ was subbed in for Alan Franco. All right. So he made 1 tackle in that game. 2 key passes he made. Ground duels 5. He succeeded in 2. And no aerial duels for KENDRY PAEZ. So that is KENDRY PAEZ. Then we go to Nicolas Jackson at Senegal. He is with Senegal. And they won their match against Burkina Faso by 1-0. Jackson played 64 minutes of that game. 20 touches he had in that game. 64% pass accuracy. He made 1 key pass in that game. Ground duels, he attempted 2 and succeeded in 1. So that is Nicolas Jackson. Then the next person is also a Chelsea player on loan at Palmeiras, and that is Estevão Willian. He's been invited by the Brazilian team once again, but this time around he was subbed in the 90th plus 2 minutes, and so he played only 1 minute of that game. Had 2 touches, no serious effect on that game. So that is Estevão Willian. Then also from the under-21 team, Philip Jorgensen was invited, but then he withdrew. And then Malo Gusto was also invited for the France under-21 team. He also withdrew from that call-up. All right. Then the next person on the list is Cesar Casadei. Cesar Casadei, he was called up to the Italy under-21 team. Now, they drew their match by 2-2 against the France under-21 team. That is when I thought I am going to see Casadei versus Malo Gusto, but Malo Gusto withdrew from that call-up. And so Casadei played that match and scored 1 goal. He scored 1 goal in that game. He played the full 90 minutes, had 48 touches, pass accuracy of 76%. Tackles, he had 3 and made 1 key pass in that game. Ground duels, he attempted 9 and succeeded in 5. Aerial duels, he attempted 5 and succeeded in 4. So Casadei performed very well in that match. Then the next person on the list is MYKHAILO. He has been invited to the Spain under-19 team. He actually played 2 games up till today. The first one was on Wednesday, and the second one was played today. Now, they won the first one against Faroe Island. They won by 3-0. He played 63 minutes of that game. He was subbed out for Omar Jane, and when Omar Jane came on, he scored a goal in the 79th minute. But I can tell you that MYKHAILO provided an assist for the first goal for the first goal in the 29th minute. That goal was scored by Antonio Cordeiro. All right, so that is MYKHAILO. In today's game, they lost that game to Kosovo. Kosovo under 19, they lost by 3-4. Gihi again played 83 minutes of that game, and he was subbed out for Pablo Garcia. Now again, MYKHAILO provided an assist in the 26th minute of that game and also received a yellow card in the 54th minute. So that is MYKHAILO over there. Then also, I think the last person is Lucas Bengstrom. He has been invited to the Finland under-21 team. They won their game by 5-1 against Norway. And Bengstrom, who is a goalkeeper, played a full 90 minutes of that game. So that is the report on our international players for the first round of matches. As usual, at the end of the second round of matches on Wednesday, I'll bring you another report on how our international players performed. All right, so please, those of you, again, who are new, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and the notification bell. Please also share the link for more of the Chelsea family members to get access to this news. Thank you very much. Till I see you, goodbye for now.